This one move will give you that eureka moment that you've all been searching for, and I stumbled across this in my last practice session, and this fixed 3 things in one go and added 4 miles an hour of club head speed instantly. And what makes it even better, it transfers onto the golf course straight away, as I went and played a couple days later after that practice session at a golf course that I struggle at and shot a very, very easy 68. And what this eureka moment move was getting up to the top of the swing and that start of the downswing feeling like, one, it's moving in slow motion, but as I'm moving in slow motion, I'm two, trying to get my hips and push them back as far as I humanly possibly can, where I was imagining there was like a wall a couple foot behind me, and I was trying to hit that wall with my pelvis. That feeling like I'm going in slow motion and pushing that pelvis back got a couple really good things into my swing. One, I started to shallow the club more than I normally do, really started to lie that club down. And I'm someone who would traditionally struggle with my chest rotation, and this is a little clip of that practice session. I had the swing plate out here working on my depth from the top of the backswing also, and my rotation immediately, boom, cleared up nicely. And driver will be where my chest rotation will struggle with, and driver was what I was doing it amazingly there with. And those 2 things together helped with that 3rd thing that it fixed, and that was increasing the club head speed. Because if I've got that club really having that nice shallow movement and I'm having nice inhibitive rotation from really having that pelvis being pushed back as much as I can, that's going to help me have that rotational speed carry on through the golf ball, and then really apply that to the ball with some really straight, consistent club face control. And that was the one thing after the round that I played after having this in the practice session. My friend that I play a lot of golf with, he was amazed that he said, you were really lasering those shots into the green. And I barely missed a fairway at all the entire day. It was such an easy, effortless day on the course. Again, the golf course was extremely tight, fast and firm, and I was just feeling like nice and slow at the top, pushing those hips back like there was a wall behind me, really using that visual. Really gets you those nice, good strikes. Now, this is something very similar to what I talk about on the channel quite often. Leaving the hands and arms up, being slow in transition, that's something I talk about, and gaining more hip depth, pushing the pelvis back. Again, I've got quite a few videos on that. But what makes this different is how extreme we're doing it. Like I said, imagining there's a wall behind you and you're trying to push that pelvis back to where you're touching the wall, to where you're getting those amazing strikes, but really leaving those hands and arms up in slow motion. Just makes you swing unbelievably good, and also feel tons of pressure going onto that lead side. So I'm going to tell you exactly how to do this with a little routine here, which will help you with shallowing, rotating more, adding more club head speed from this, and just like that, getting a little bit more pressure onto the lead side as well. A real great move to implement all these great positions. So okay, here's our little routine we're going to do to be able to get this into our swing. So just like I was saying, with the wall behind, pushing the pelvis back onto it, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're actually going to physically try to do that. So get yourself up to a wall. So I'm using my netting here, standing roughly about half a club's distance with the wall behind you, to where you can get up to the top of your swing. And all I want you to do is really leave the hands and arms and chest where they are, and just try to push that pelvis back with more of an emphasis into the left hip, and see if you can try and touch that wall there. So as I do this, I can feel a big stretch up my left side. I can really feel that pressure going in that lead side. But you can see as I'm just trying to do that, you can see how the shaft is naturally shallowing. Look at how the right arm is naturally going in front of me. So I wasn't kidding when I said this is more kind of like a eureka move, because if we go into pushing that pelvis back aggressively, that's going to get your body going into more flexion, more down, which will naturally get the right arm also more in front of your body. So for anyone struggling with early extension, really moving forward, flexion is the opposite of extension. So again, this is going to massively help you with that goal as well. So doing tons of those, getting the repetitions in. Nothing will ever substitute lots of repetitions. So this is where I want you then to apply that to practice swings. Really just getting up to top, pausing, and then pushing the pelvis back. You don't have to go to impact, just repeating that first move. Really feeling like those hands and arms are light and loose. Grip pressure is so important here. Feel about 4 or 3 out of 10 in grip pressure. So you're really almost barely holding onto that club, which again aids that shallowing movement. And then go into some shots. Then I'd hit 3 balls, doing that exact same thing, that exact same feeling. Really pushing that pelvis back, slow motion at the top. And then from there, repeat that process. Hit those 3 balls and then go back, do that again, and then do your practice swings and then into the ball. If we can do that repeatedly, absolutely brilliant. And make sure you're filming. So when I was going through this practice session, something I always do, I will film 5 swings. So I hit 5 balls, just leave the camera rolling. I'll just go on a normal camera app, slow motion on iPhone. And I'll go back to my phone, have a little look at those 5 swings, assess them. Is there anything I want to change? And then go back again. If not, I can continue to go and continue to hit balls, filming ever so often. So do the feel, make sure you're going through 5 or 3, of course, swings there, going through that routine, and then you'll see that shallowing move start to happen. You'll see that rotation start to happen, getting in more flexion in the downswing and also gaining that club head speed, also getting into your lead side better. So like I said, so many things. Even your right arm will start to get in front of you more. So absolutely, guys, if you enjoyed this video, click that like button if you want more golf instruction just like this. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button too to be notified every time I put out a video.